Yeah.
Nice.
What's the weather like in Ohio right now?
I think it was like 32 when I left yesterday. So like 78 here. So I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, the life of a model. So you get to
Yes.
fly around to all the warm places and leave family and everybody else to deal with the cold and the snow. Was any snow on the ground in Ohio?
Not right now, but there was a couple weeks ago.
Okay. Well, welcome to True Talks. I'm glad to have you here today.
Thank you.
All
Glad to
right.
be here.
Let's get into it. Welcome to True Talks. I'm joined today by the beautiful Miss Curvy Red. How's your weekend going? What's going on with you?
Oh, it's going wonderful. So I'm in Florida for the next couple of days, handling some business down here, networking a little bit.
Hmm.
Then I'm back to the grind on Monday at my regular nurse job. So
So how was that? How was the flying with I know with the COVID restrictions and everything? How was that now?
it's not terrible. So the flight, I do first class to try to keep myself
First
distanced a little
class. I hear you. Go ahead.
just to try to keep myself a little more distance. But
Hmm.
some of the airlines don't let everybody choose. Like they're not full flights, so they have like Delta. I think does the middle empty. American though, the flight was pretty much empty yesterday, so I was happy about that.
Now I know that some of the airlines are saying they're going to offer passengers to take a COVID test before they board. Were you offered that, or you just
No,
no?
I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah, they were.
How would that work? Like a rapid test?
Yeah, like a rapid test. I think it's a day before you fly, or 2 days or something in that area, and then they see your
I,
results
I could see them mandating that soon, though. I could definitely see that happening.
or proof that you've taken the vaccine before you
Oh,
fly.
flying then.
Okay, so you're not taking the vaccine, I guess.
No, not for a while. I want to see what happens to everybody else.
So phase 2 or phase 3,
Right,
you'll get in on that. Well, you know
right.
but you're a nurse, so you're an essential worker. So you
Yes, but I work from home right now at my full-time job. It's at home. So I don't go to the floor. So I don't even have to take the flu vaccine right now
oh,
if I don't need to. So I'm fortunate that I can work from home.
okay, okay. How does that work as a nurse? You work from home. Do I come see you? I come to the house. How do I get my
Oh,
physical? I'm about to
right now
sign up. I'm about to sign.
I don't do home calls. No. God, I'd be scared to do that right now anyway. You never know what you're walking into regular, let alone
Yeah,
this COVID stuff.
yeah.
God bless those nurses. Right now I work for an insurance company. So I just call my patients on the phone. And that's
Okay,
how yeah. So I enjoy it a lot.
okay. So you're just really just checking up on them. I get you. I get you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, let me know
Yeah.
when you doing the house calls. I'm gonna somehow I'm gonna get to Ohio for my physicals. It's a good flight, but I think it's worth. As long as there's pancakes being served, I'll be there. I'll be there.
Oh my.
I'll be
I
there.
might have to look into that, starting a home house call business.
Well, move to Houston before you do that, so we can be a little closer.
Okay.
So Miss Curvy Red, I see your Instagram page is popping. When did you become, or when did you know that you had the modeling bug?
Wow. So I've honestly only been doing modeling about 3 years now.
Hmm.
I actually started off just sort of on a whim. My daughter wanted to sign up for a modeling competition at the local mall. So I signed up with her because she was scared to do it. And then after that, I was like, oh, I loved it. Like the crowd, the energy from the crowd, it was
The
amazing.
attention, you like that attention.
Maybe a little
Yeah.
bit. Little bit.
I
Yeah,
was like,
because
I knew I was gorgeous. I should have been getting this all along. That's what you was thinking.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun doing it. And so from there, I just did my first fashion show, and then I've
Hmm.
been published in the magazines. I did an international commercial
Hmm.
with a modeling group out of Detroit. So, I
What
do
up,
all
though,
the things.
Detroit? I hear you. That's my home.
Yeah.
So what up, though? But
Okay. Yeah. It's a lot of people up there in the modeling and some people in entertainment up there. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So you became this model once your daughter, had this epiphany, or you all went to the mall with her, and all of a sudden you sign up, and now this thing explodes for you. It's weird how the rest of the world, I'll say in the last 5 years, are just catching on to. Uh, they call it plus size women. We call them thick or whatever. It's
Hmm.
normal for me, but to be so beautiful at the same time, they kind of, we knew they kind of shunned it to the side, but now it's kind of taking over and in the front. Whereas as black men, or as for myself, we knew this all along. I don't know why it took y'all so long to catch up.
Right.
To catch up. So how do you, and saying that, and coupled with the attention of the crowd, how do you deal with that now, being a celebrity, and people, do they recognize you when you go out and all that? How do you deal with that?
Not yet, but I'm working on getting my celebrity up. Honestly, I think for some people, plus size, as they say, curvy is considered like a fetish for some people, so that's a little disturbing.
Yeah, that's
Um,
weird. I don't. Well,
it is. It is. It's very strange. But the plus size community in and of itself is divisive too. So like I am plus size. I mean, I wear 2X in clothes, but my curves are different than maybe other women that wear the same size. So there's a little bit of competition in that as well. So
okay.
it's a very interesting. I learned a lot, and actually, part of the reason of being modeling really helped me sort of establish my clothing line too, because I wanted to see the industry from that point of view.
Okay.
So
What's the name of your clothing line? Go ahead and plug your clothing line for
yeah, it's called Professional Curves.
me.
So it's a clothing line I started that features my own custom designed scrubs, like uniforms.
Okay.
So I designed every
Oh no, 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 no. I know the nurse is not gonna be wearing these type of outfits. You trying to? I'm in the hospital every day.
not like this, but like scrubs, yes. I have like they're high waisted. I have some that have their own compression. Some women, especially curvy women, they like to wear stuff that compress them. I have high waisted uniforms that have their own compression in them.
Well,
So
they
yes,
say
they are.
black men don't go to the doctor enough, but if you start wearing, let me see what you got. Let us see what you have on right now. Can we see what you have on right now?
Oh yeah, so this is from my line. I don't can't really see. So this is one of my body outfits. I don't. It's hard to see with this little phone. So this is one of my little athletic outfits, but it says body here and around the waist.
Hmm.
So
So I'm gonna
yes,
tell you, they say we don't go, but if they dress in bodysuits like that at the hospital, there will be a line. There will be
well,
a,
this isn't the scrub though, but it has the same, sort of feature. I have crop top scrub tops as well. So
mhm.
everything that I sell from my line, whether I designed it or not, it has the same fit. And it's for curvy women, not just plus size. It's
Well, that's
small. I
what's
go
up.
small with X.
So,
So
and what's the name of the clothing line again?
professional curves.
Professional Curves. So look that up.
Yes.
You have the website for it?
Yep. Professionalcurves.com.
Professionalcurves.com. Pretty easy to find. Make sure y'all go check that out for, and get buying
Thank
something off of there for support, 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 support. So
thank you. Thank you.
you got your clothing line, you got your Instagram. I don't see it OnlyFans. It's going to be asked, so that's the question you gotta ask. So, is there an OnlyFans page in the future, or no? You blushing when I say that though, so I'm not.
No, I don't. No, I don't think that's for me.
Mm-hmm,
Good for the people that are doing it. I don't even have time, truthfully. I
mm-hmm,
wouldn't have time to do something like that. I work a lot between nursing and my business already,
mm-hmm.
so I don't
I
have the
understand that. So you got fans out there that want to see it. So they want they
time.
they make a lot of money on the OnlyFans. So it's a draw for a lot of women, and there are a lot of great professional women that do it on the side. So, but I commend you on your website and your not lingerie. See, you got me tripping. And your clothing line,
Thank
right? So
thank you.
I think that's what's up. So how long have you been a nurse?
Since right out of high school, so about 14 years now.
Hmm. So how long have you? How have you been dealing with COVID? But you say you haven't been in at all. Have you had to deal with it at all, or anything like that?
Yes, but not in like bedside. So we have like at my job now, I they usually send those cases to me and I call them. I'm a cancer nurse. That's my specialty. So, doing a lot of education. Most of my job is related to educating patients anyway. So a lot of education with patients that are on chemo and things like that. So they're terrified, and
Yeah,
and the only thing we know to tell them is we go by the CDC guidelines. Of course, that can be tricky because every state has their own guidelines too. So it can be a headache some days having to call 14 COVID positive patients, and you are limited in what you can tell them because we just don't know enough about it.
yeah. And
So
we just lost Debo
I
to.
saw that.
Yeah, yeah. That's pretty. And I guess he had it early on and was
Uh,
afraid it was going to come back. I didn't know. Did you know they could? Did they do? Is it? Do they know you can get it more than once, or is it just?
I think that what they're learning changes all the time. That's what I'll say. I don't
Hmm.
think there's any one straight thing. I've heard that you can't, they're saying you can't contract it again, and I've
Hmm.
heard that you can, and who knows how long it lasts. They changed the quarantine guidelines, which I don't like that they did that.
Yeah.
Just in dealing with patients going from 14 to 10 days, some of these patients still have symptoms after 10 or 14 days. So it's a lot of unknown, and I don't know. I don't know where the science necessarily is behind some of these guidelines.
Yeah, my
So
brother and my mother had it, and they both still have symptoms. All right, and I still
wow.
tell them that they still have it. My mother says she knows that her body is different, so she feels like she still have it. But they only told them to quarantine for the 10 days, and then they said they were fine. So,
Yeah, I don't. Places aren't pushing retesting either. So and
yeah,
then the tests are an issue too because they're not necessarily accurate. So that's another issue too. You
yeah,
can get a
yeah.
negative test
They
and
stopped
really
talking
not.
about that. They stopped mentioning that because early on, um, a friend of mine, their roommate tested positive, and she tested negative, and so it didn't make any sense, because they were a couple, and it didn't make any sense how one could be negative and one could be positive, and you live in the same house in close quarters like that. So
Yeah.
I didn't understand that, and I don't know if they fixed it or they just stopped discussing it. You're the
I think
expert.
I'm betting they stopped because, like, I know some of our patients have been told to retest before returning to work, and then depending on what state they work in, because I have 30 nursing license. I mean, I have 30 states that I cover as a nurse. So some states, their jobs are saying, well, you don't have to retest at all. So I don't understand. There's no, even within the same company. I work for one company, and they're being told different things by state. So it's really crazy. I mean, and like in Ohio, everything is shut down at 9 o'clock, but down here, everything is open.
Oh,
So it's
that's
really,
how it is here in Texas. We wide open here. We shoot from
yes,
we shoot from the hip. We don't care. We,
yeah.
it's,
Well, it's
that's just the
crazy.
truth. That's just the truth about Texas. It's a weird place when it comes to that because there are a lot of those who may be still deniers, and they are in charge of a lot of the information that gets out and the
Mm,
way that people move. So Texas is like, we'll tell you on the news like, oh yeah, we got some restrictions in place, but if you go to the restaurant or to the club, to the bar, it's open,
mm-hmm.
and there are no masks. You might have to wear one coming in, but as soon as you put that drink in your hand, it's over. All right, so
Yeah,
that's
it's
pretty much how it is. And Florida's another state because it's a red state, so I would say that they're actually doing the same thing.
probably. I mean, I haven't been anywhere really since I've been here. So,
So are you gonna
and
get out? What you gonna do while you're there? You're there. You got to
well,
take some pictures.
I'm worried about. I'm still trying to distance because help my elderly grandparents. They're in their 80s, and I
Hmm.
definitely wouldn't want to carry something to them. That's what I'm more scared about than anything else. So I may be, maybe step out somewhere later, but it's gonna be somewhere like where it's open, not no close quarters. So
I don't think I should have told you Houston was so open at the same time trying to get you to come down to Photo
right.
shoot. We're not really open. We're not really open. I got to come that way anyway. I think because I have to take a trip home, so I got to come. But Ohio is that, you know, Ohio runs. It's not a good word in my house. It never has. From the Michigan Ohio State rivalry.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
where I'm from is Toledo, which is real close to Detroit. So
yeah.
yeah,
So are you
I
Ohio State fan or Michigan fan?
either. I honestly, I don't really follow
Choose,
that.
woman. You got to choose.
I just lived in Columbus, and they are crazy about because obviously OSU is there.
Hmm.
I was like, oh my god! Like on the weekends working, they all would have their gear on. It was crazy.
Well, you
I
have to
don't.
be a Michigan fan because you're beautiful. Ohio State doesn't have pretty fans, pretty women as
Oh,
fans. So
you
you have to
can't
be a
talk
Michigan
my
fan.
state like that. You can't
You
talk
can't
my
go over to
state.
the other side. I'm just saying. I'm trying
You
to
know,
help you.
don't talk my state like that. On that note, I'm gonna have to be an Ohio State fan then.
Oh, that's rough right there. Don't leave us out like that. We need your help. We need all the fans we can get right now. Things aren't
No,
well. So you have all these things going on. You're on your vacation right now. Which one, if you had to boil it down, which one do you like doing the best? All right, which do you like the best? Is the nurse more?
mm,
Does that give you
mm.
more of a a sense of purpose, or do you like the modeling so much that you can see yourself doing the modeling full time?
Oh wow. I'm really good at nursing. I've done it for a long time. It definitely helped me as far as dealing with people, but I'm ready to be done with nursing. That's the truth. I would love to run my business full time and then do modeling on the side. So that's what I'm aiming for right now. And I'm working on other ventures like, establishing a healthcare business as well. That's something else I want to do.
Hmm.
So I
But
just
then
want
that
to
wouldn't
get,
be
huh?
wouldn't that be going back into nursing if you did that?
No, I'm not going to work there. I just want to run it.
Oh, you just want to
I,
run it. You want to tell other people what to do, right? I get you.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
that's
that's,
that's what's up. So I think your clothing line, um, I have to see more, right? But I think that is a great start for you getting off from being a nurse. Even though I think I told you my aunt, who is like my heart,
mhm.
truly is the greatest aunt to ever walk the planet. I'm sorry. I know that you all have aunts out there also, but they don't compare. And she's a nurse, and she is absolutely wonderful. All right, so she has been instrumental in my life for since I was a teenager, and I can't even put it into words. But I understand the toll that you all carry and the weight that you carry from the work that you do. All right, I understand it. And you go into the operating room or into the hospital. Usually, the nurse is the smartest one in the room. They may not say anything and let the doctor just give you some wrong medicine, but they know, but they know more than usually what the doctor. I guess the doctor would know because you deal with more patients in that way, close up than the doctor does.
Hmm.
Not taking
Well,
away from the doctors, but I just think that
no,
you
no,
are.
no, they have their specialties for sure. But as a nursing school is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, because you have to know a little bit about everything, and
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing. And then you go into subspecialties when you get done.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, nursing school is by far very, very hard,
Okay.
stressful. There's
Yeah.
a saying. It goes your life falls apart when you're in nursing school, and it's true.
Oh, I
So
didn't. I didn't. I've never heard that. I've never
yes.
heard that.
Yeah, and it is true. I mean, a lot of things happen when you're in nursing school. So, yeah, I mean, it takes a special person to be a nurse or nursing assistants too. They're very you have to be compassionate. There's some people that should retire when they get to the point where they just have no compassion
They
anymore.
just
But
do it. Be still. Take this needle. It is what it is.
yeah, I mean, they're just because they're stressed out. You
Yeah.
can't be doing this every day and be stressed out. So, to all of my colleagues who are actually the front line in the hospital, I have a sister, one of my sisters, I have two sisters that are nurses. So, one of them is in the hospital. She's on a COVID unit. God bless her. And she's got two little ones at home. So
Yeah.
I'm going back to the floor. I did my time.
Superhero
you
for
know,
sure. They're doing heroes work for sure. So
absolutely.
what do you do to relax from when you want to get away from everything that you do, the modeling and being the nurse? What do you do? Like what's your thing?
I mean, I like to travel, but obviously with COVID happening, that's
Hmm.
not possible so much right now. I mean, I like to work in my business that relaxes me, and actually photo shoots. I love to do photo shoots. I
Hmm.
mean, a camera on me, I get my makeup done. To me, that is relaxing. I
You don't
love
need
doing.
makeup though. You one of those ones that can go without makeup. But I'm
Oh,
for the model, I guess that's required, right?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's required. There's some photographers that prefer the natural look.
Hmm.
I'm just saying for someone else to do my makeup or it is relaxed. It's relaxing because you're being pampered. So
Now,
I
are
just
you
love.
all natural, or did you have any implants anywhere?
No, I'm all natural.
All natural. That's just all grits and hash
Yeah.
browns, and
My mama.
that is wonderful. Tell her thank you. I would like to, I owe them.
um, my mom passed away unfortunately this year.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. Was it due to COVID, or she just
No, she actually recovered from she had cancer a couple years ago.
okay?
And I'm a true believer that things happen and for a purpose and a reason. So that's I got into cancer before she was diagnosed, so I was able to help her. But she was recovered. She was found at home dead, and they just basically said her heart stopped, and the cancer was still gone. So it was pretty shocking. It's been quite a year for me and my family.
My heart goes out to you. My condolences about your mom. She rests in peace. She's in the hands of the Lord now. My father passed in 2005 from cancer.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a big smoker and a drinker, which kind of ran in my family a little bit. So that's why I kind of take my time when it comes to drinking. But
Oh,
yeah, so but he passed in 2005. So I understand that when you're dealing with someone that's going through cancer. So my heart goes out to you, and
thank you.
I think you're a strong woman, and that you look great. So I know that's just the looks, but hopefully on the inside you're doing well because it has been a year. All right, it's almost over with.
Thank God.
What you gonna do
Thank
for to bring in the new year? What's your plans?
I'm planning to take the kids somewhere, my sister and brother. My mom was big on holidays, so we're trying to just establish our own sort of
Hmm.
thing now. So we're gonna just be together, me, my siblings, my nieces, my nephew, and my kids.
That's
So,
what's up. That is, I'm gonna tell you that's what's up. Now I'm gonna let you know I'm divorced, and
oh,
but I was huge. I loved having family over for New Year's. That was my thing, and I stole it from my ex-wife's father. Just the way that he did it, right? But we would do it in my family, but not to this level. And so it got to the point where it was just huge, where neighbors were coming over to eat on New Year's Day because we would
oh,
start with breakfast or brunch, whatever you want to call it. And it was everything, all right? I had everything. And then at night, we didn't do the traditional black eyed peas and all this other stuff. No, we went for high end, prime rib, things like that, lobster. Yeah, so we
oh,
did
yeah.
all of that. So I absolutely love it. So basically, what I'm saying is, are you going to invite me to the house for because we're being divorced now. It doesn't look like that's going to be in my my future right now in Houston. So I got to figure this thing out. And I don't think Luby's is my spot. That's a restaurant down here. I don't think I'm going there. So
Oh, okay.
so
Well,
that's
not
still. Um,
yeah, not this year. Maybe next year. But
y'all see
we're
that?
gonna
How she's gonna let me starve this year.
do the family
It
thing
was
this
the
year.
pause that told me I was not going to eat for New Year's. It was the pause. That's fine. I'm eat this lonely steak and one lobster. Who buys one lobster at this? So it's cool. I'm gonna go to Kroger, get this one lobster and this one steak, and I guess I'll make it. I'll make it through. But that's what's up. I think that may be the mode for everyone coming into this new year is to be with family because this year truly taught us how important family is, right?
Definitely. Yeah.
And I would take it a step further and say it truly taught us a lot of us, not all of us, but a lot of us, about love
Yeah.
and loving, whether it's your husband, boyfriend, whatever you want to call it, because I think everyone kind of went through something, and to see others just kind of fade away or to pass on, and the magnitude of being lonely of those that are out there. Let's say that there's a lot of people out there that are extremely lonely now because their significant other passed away or a family member that they were close to passed away, and now they find themselves by them, alone for the first time, and they're dealing with that. So, and it's one thing to walk into the home and you hear the sound of chatter, of people moving around or something like that. But when you just silent, the silence is so deafening.
Yeah.
Or in the middle of the night, if you reach out for someone. See, I want that type of love. I want to be able to reach out in the middle of the night when Bethany is in Florida taking pictures, but she should be here next to me. So my arm, I automatically in my sleep, I reach out for her and just grab the cold pillow. All right. But then I know later on, I'll get a chance to talk to her. All right.
Hmm.
That's my attempt at some game today. I did it right there. That was it. That was all I got. That's all I got for, for today on Saturday. It got that smile, because if y'all can see this smile, that smile is wonderful. But I wanted to thank
Okay.
you today, Miss Curvy Red, for coming on today, talking to me, telling us about your clothing line. The name of it again is,
Professional Curves. You can find it at professionalcurves.com or Instagram, professional underscore curves, or Facebook,
mhm,
Professional Curves LLC.
and your Instagram page for Miss Curvy Red. And what else are you on? Give us that information also.
Not Facebook, but Facebook is just really for family.
Yeah,
So for Miss Red, that's where I do a little bit extra.
extra. I like the extra.
Yeah.
I do like the extra.